there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners. It's a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive in the latest in TV news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, is my co-host and guy who's gonna tell me to go find my deadbeat brother.
Hey, Swanson boy, your brother's caused a real mess.
And you kidnapped me to do what now?
Yes.
Was he supposed to be Italian?
No. I assume he's Irish since his name is Cormac.
Yeah, just like vaguely New York, I guess.
Yeah. I'm Mr. Brooklyn. 999.
Anyway, we don't need to talk about your views on other people and races.
Was he racist?
No, I guess it was just the anti-Semitism, right? Mel Gibson wasn't, as far as we know, he isn't a racist.
Well, you were making me do Cormac, not Frankie.
I thought Cormac was Mel Gibson.
No, Cormac's the mob boss, is the guy who's in charge of the Continental. Frankie is Mel Gibson. No, Frankie's Mel Gibson, I thought.
Mel Gibson is not that young, and
I thought he was just doing
makeup.
makeup.
Looked a whole lot like Mel Gibson.
No, I guess I was just hoping he was Mel Gibson since he dies at the end of the episode.
No, Cormac is most definitely Mel Gibson doing some of perhaps his worst acting I've ever seen.
It's not great.
But yeah, well, I mean, it's no Daddy's Home or whatever that movie he was in with Will Ferrell.
I think it would make more sense if he played a guy who was only around for one episode and died.
Yes. Perhaps the enjoyment of the show would be better.
Yeah, I guess he couldn't do those stunts at his age, even if he did do a ton of HGH.
Yeah, very true. I don't think he's done an action movie since, 2002.
That makes sense. You mean The Last Temptation of the Passion of the Christ?
Yeah, that was his action movie. He's not, I don't think, is he actually in that? I don't think he's in it. I think he just directs it.
I thought he was Christ.
No, Jim Caviezel is Christ.
Mr. Jack Ryan himself?
Yeah, that's right. I think that's right. And Jim Caviezel also tried to do Passion of the Christ 2, where Jesus returns. Mel Gibson is not involved as far as I know.
I thought they're still working on that. I thought they announced that recently.
They're probably still working on it, right now, despite the strike.
Oh, if you could find a movie that's cast entirely with scabs, the Jesus Freaks, that's a go-to pool right there.
Yeah, very true. It's just me and Stair this week on the pod. Keo, the last I heard from him, he said he had a master plan to take down John Wick.
We'd finally
I have not heard from him
build
since.
the other half of this house with that money.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great if he could get some of that Mr. Wick money. Anyway,
we could even
we're
get
still
wiring.
trying to get in contact with Keo.
We could even get carpeting.
Yeah, it's true. Every surface on the house is hardwood. The kitchen counter, sink,
yeah,
shower. Anyway, welcome to another exciting edition of TV Tuners. We're here.
The water are just little wood chips that come out when you open the drain, when you turn the faucet.
Yeah, it's not really much of a shower. We smell awful.
It smells crazy in there, though.
Yeah, true. Also, we always have to we have to figure out, we have to unclog the drain every time we get one. I don't know why we keep acting like it's going to do anything.
Hope springs eternal. Hope is a mistake, If you can't fix what's broken, you'll go insane.
Many are saying this. Yeah, another exciting edition of TV Tuners. We're here, as always. And hey, listen, if you're hearing this show and you're like, well, I got a clip, comment, question, foresight, otherwise, well, why not send it in to us at our email address, and we can read it aloud on the podcast? That's right. All you gotta do is send it to tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email address, Stairmaster?
High grade 052 RMS 108 Marosai.
That's right. Yeah, send those away, and you could be featured here. Anyway, what'd you watch this week, Sarah? Anything you want to talk about? Anything fun? Exciting?
Oh, yeah. Let me just remember for a second.
Now, remembering's tough, man.
These days, I watched The Lincoln Lawyer.
Is that Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. It's been like more than a week, so I barely remember any of it.
Is that like his legal defense? Like the guy like murdered somebody and he's like, listen, Your Honor. All right.
No, he just suggestively unbuttons his shirt. Just one.
Oh.
To get the judge all hot and bothered.
Doesn't matter who the judge is, that probably works. So what, he drives around in a Lincoln? Is that what it is?
No, he doesn't even drive himself. He's got a guy to drive him for him. Because he's so good at lawyering.
Lincoln.
Yeah. But he basically,
so why is he the Lincoln lawyer?
Because he basically lives out the back of his Lincoln. It's like his office.
Okay, it seems like a bad office.
Also, I should mention this is written by the Bosch guy. I think it's technically
Mr. Bosch?
Mr. Bosch himself.
Hieronymus himself?
Sorry, either Bosch. Yeah. Directive Hieronymus Bosch.
Wow. I didn't know he did movies.
No, that's a plot point. That he has that nice Hollywood Hills house because he sold his story to Hollywood for movie.
And it became the Lincoln Lawyer.
No. It totally bombed. Everyone hated it. But he still got paid residuals.
Dang. I like the idea that you can tell Bosch takes place in a fictional world because he made enough residuals to own a fancy house.
Matthew McConaughey's character is the half-brother of Bosch in the novels.
Oh. That's, what an interesting little universe that's going on over there.
Oh, and there is a Netflix TV adaptation.
I just saw this, yes. Written by David E. Kelly. We've done a couple of his works on the show.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, we've done...
Boston Public.
Yeah, we did Boston Public. Of course, how could I forget that? And Big Sky, if you remember that show.
Nope.
Big Sky was like people were being trafficked.
That still doesn't narrow it down.
Marge Gunderson's husband was the guy trafficking them.
Oh, yeah. That's the plot twist at the end.
Yeah.
Anyways, Lincoln Lawyer. It's definitely a by-the-books courtroom drama. It's basically a junk food movie. But I eat that shit up. Matthew McConaughey, he's busting it down sexual style.
Would you say he has Riz?
Yeah. I would say he's a Riz god.
Yeah, it's been here saying this.
He's divorced, but he still fucks his ex-wife on the regular.
I mean, yeah,
what
of course. How can you not? So that's like a light tune-in?
That's a light. Yeah, that's a tune-in. I had to light.
That's to take a phrase from another podcast. That's a dad for noon movie right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's on TBS. That's on TBS in the middle of the afternoon on like a Saturday.
Yeah, this cast is insane. They got Matthew McConaughey. They got Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston's in this?
Yeah, as a mean detective. They got William H. Macy as his lawyer. They got William H. Macy as his investigator guy.
Wow.
They even got John Leguizamo as the bondsman.
Lincoln Lawyer, you will Cook.
Oh, Ryan Philippe is in it. He wasn't very good as the antagonist, though. Spoilers.
I don't know if there's anything I've seen Ryan Philippe in that I've been like, wow, what a guy.
I want to say his biggest movie that I care about is The Way of the Gun. But I don't think I'm the only one who's seen that of this circle.
Yes, I've heard of that movie from you.
It's directed by the Mission Impossible guy. He nearly ruined his career. Yeah, that was a phase in my life where I was just reposting the last shootout from that movie in the group chat over and over because it was so dope.
Oh, Ryan Phillippe, of course, plays the racist cop in Crash. Movie we all love.
I am lucky that I've never seen Crash.
One of the worst Best Picture winners of all time, I think. It might be the worst if Green Book didn't exist, or all those weird racist ones from in the 40s.
They're all racist ones, when you think about it. All the worst winners.
Oh, yes, true. I was going to say Parasite, and I don't know if that's a racist one. But no, you're talking about the bad ones.
There's races against rich people.
That's true, a race. Yes.
Anyways, so yeah, that's the only movie I watched. I have been watching Documental again. I think I talked about this on the podcast, but it's been a while.
Yeah, refresh me.
Documental is I want to say a game show.
Okay.
But that'll very loosely a game show where they get this Japanese game show where they get 10 comedians and put them in a room for 6 hours. Anyone who laughs gets eliminated. Last one standing gets 10 million yen.
Oh, yes. We've discussed this before, yeah. I remember this now.
Yeah, I watched another 2 seasons, and it feels like they've developed a meta, despite only having one repeat guy per season. Turns out the most effective tactic is to pull your dick out.
Yeah, that'll probably do it. When someone's getting real desperate, they're just like, all right, let me pull out the hog.
It's fucking amazing. At the start of the season, they film the people getting their invitations to the show. And there's always some guy who's like, oh, I heard, oh no, that show's very hard on his performers. Because it's intensely psychological. Anytime someone goes in the changing room and comes out, there's always someone, there's a close-up on someone with a deer in the headlight looks of terror.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I look when I see people in the changing room. What do they do in the changing room?
They put on costumes usually, or just take their clothes off.
So they're gonna come out and surprise you, make you laugh.
Yeah, one guy will just put on some Mickey Mouse ears and hold up a photograph of himself wearing Mickey Mouse ears like he's had a funeral. Just walk up to the other guys and be like, "He took care of you.
Oh,
he took good care of you."
That would make me laugh.
Yeah. Season 2 is amazing because the last 10 minutes there's just 2 guys trying to make each other laugh, and nothing's working.
It's like the podcast.
Yeah. No, I laugh all the time to make Swanson feel better. I don't know if it's working, though.
It only doesn't work when you remind me that that's what you do.
Yeah. Oop. Yeah, anyway, I gotta say it's a tune-in. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Also, Takashi's Castle's back on Amazon Prime. Starring friend of the show, Takashi Kitano. That's the game show where they go through the obstacle courses and shit. They got the spinny rollers on the wheel that
Is it a castle?
There is a castle. They built a little castle.
Oh, okay.
It is what it is. If you like that, you like that. If you don't, you don't.
Okay.
Also, it's funny because they have a little premise that they're the nobles in the castle, but they just have no respect for the kayfabe. They're just shit talking the contestants and the little sketches they do to introduce the games.
Everyone talks about wrestler kayfabe, but game show kayfabe, I feel like that's the most respected, the one that should be the most respected.
No. And speaking of which, they do got multiple Japanese pro wrestlers in this.
Oh, all right.
Like, they have one game where there's this hexagon, like this beehive hexagon of doors that you have to navigate through, and there's like two guys who will chase you down and grab you and put blue paint on your face before throwing you out into the water.
Just some big beefy guys.
Yeah. And there's also an old man who will yell at you if you go into his room, but he won't do anything else.
Yeah.
And there's a game where you have to you pull lots, and whoever you pull the lot from, you have to do tug of war with. And it could be a bikini model, or it could be a pro wrestler, or it could be two sumo wrestlers.
Yeah, sounds bad.
Yeah.
It sounds bad to, like, do it.
And they're just, like, constantly giving out, like, participation trophies because everyone gets eliminated so they can keep the game going.
So no one, like, wins this game?
It's very loaded.
Okay. That makes sense.
So, yeah, that's Takashi's Castle. And Beat Takashi's there as a giant hologram this season. He's supposedly missing. But he's barely committing to the character of being a giant hologram head.
He's like, listen, I'm not going to appear on set, but I will. You can film me.
Well, he is talking to the other guys on set, so he has a rapport with them.
There's that at least.
I think he just thought it would be funny to be a giant hologram.
Yeah, I guess that tracks with what I've heard about him and his style.
Yeah, he's either very funny or very somber.
Is there any somber in this show?
Not yet.
Okay.
Maybe he'll gun a ton of people down with the machine gun. He also likes to do that in his works.
Yeah, that'd be a twist. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Let's see. What do I want to talk about here?
I can't talk about Gen V because you've been derelict in your duties. It's a television concept.
I haven't watched. I'm many episodes behind on that show.
I can't even say what I feel because that might inform your opinion.
Just say one word for how you feel.
Mismanaged.
Oh, okay. We'll see. As for what I did watch this week, I watched Burn After Reading.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so wild that they followed up No Country for Old Men with this movie.
It's so wild
that came out the year after.
It's so wild that that's not even like one of their top 10 films.
Yeah.
And it's still one of the greatest comedies of our time.
It's actually the only film, I think, in their entire filmography that has, like, an A-list cast.
Wow.
Anyway, the entire cast is killing it in this movie.
So what did you learn, Swanson?
Well, fuck if I know.
Don't do it again?
Although I can't really tell what we did. Yeah, it's a great movie. I feel like it's only increased in its relevancy.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I saw this in theaters with my mother. She was not a fan of of George Clooney's Basement.
But it was a labor of love.
There's nothing funnier to me, perhaps in the entire Coen's filmography, and that includes one of my favorite movies, Big Lebowski, than George Clooney weeping as he destroys a homemade sex chair.
It really is peak cinema.
It's a great movie. Brad Pitt is definitely the star of the show. He just plays dumb so well.
10 out of 10, the perfect film.
I had heard that they weren't. They wrote the role for Brad Pitt and gave the script to him, saying that they wrote the role for him, And he was like, so you thought of me when you were writing this guy? And they were like, yeah, pretty much.
And he was like, you're goddamn right.
And I guess the dye job was like something that Brad Pitt his hair already looked like that because of a bad commercial he did in like Japan.
Yeah, it's a shame celebrities can't do commercials in Japan anymore because of YouTube.
Yeah, it's ruined.
Well, Tommy Lee Jones still does it.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah.
Getting in there?
All right. For the Boss Coffee or whatever.
But no, great movie, absolutely. Shout out to John Malkovich as well, doing just weaponizing the F word in that movie. There's an underrated scene that I watched this time I thought was extra funny, which is when he's on the phone in his like little boathouse, and he's speaking to like a bank teller. And he's like, I don't understand. He's like, there's supposed to be $200,000 in the fucking account.
Skylar, where is the money?
And he goes from 0 to 100 in everything he does. It's great. It's a great movie all around.
Yeah.
Tune in. Let's see what else. I finished the second season of a show I talked about previously on the pod. Our Flag Means Death. Still good.
What was that one about again?
That's the pirates.
Oh yeah.
They're going around. Most of them are gay.
That's good to hear.
But yeah, they knocked it out of the park again, despite everything being stacked against them from Max. It seems their episode order was went from 10 episodes to 8, and then they released all 8 episodes periodically throughout the month, just randomly. Not randomly, I mean they had like a schedule, but it would be like 3 episodes get released in this week, and next week 2 episodes, and then 2, and then 1.
That's like how they killed all of my beloved children's cartoons. They would just move it to like a 3 p.m. time slot on a Friday evening or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the future holds for the show. They give it a nice little ending that they could continue it if they so deem, or it could end here. But even with the shortened episode order, they managed to do so much with just 8 half-hour episodes.
You'd love to see.
I continue to appreciate the way that they find the amount of story that they can tell and character development. Good stuff all around. Easily, I would say, the best thing that Taika Waititi's done in this decade.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that just counts because What We Do in the Shadows was like 2013, so.
Oh.
Anyway, it's a tune-in for Our Flag Means Death. Go watch it. Hopefully the show is not dead.
Sometimes dead is better.
I mean, the creator of the show did say that he had ideas for a final season. Like, he just wanted to do one more. So, I mean, just let him do one more. How about?
Well, you need actors to do that.
Oh, yeah. You don't think he could just AI it?
No. Unless you want Takashi Kitano to play
Steed Bonnet.
Yeah.
Last but not least, I finished... Well, actually, it is the least by a wide margin. I finished Ahsoka.
Why?
I don't know. It was on... sometimes...
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was there.
I think that sums it up. Yeah, I don't care about Star Wars.
I will say, not as bad as Book of Boba Fett. It does come very close.
Oh.
Imagine, if you will, Stairmaster, an 8-episode series.
Okay. I'm gritting my teeth.
2 of those episodes, stuff happens.
What about
For the other 6, it's just people talking and having the same conversations repeatedly.
Oh, so it's sort of like Walking Dead Season 2.
In different locations, yeah. And then, like, maybe there'll be a lightsaber fight.
By people who don't have any martial arts credentials whatsoever.
Right. This is, I think, one of the most egregious examples of should have been a movie. Would it have been a good movie? No.
No.
But it would have been shorter than this. Which is, in fact, some would say, the joy of a movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the TV guys have gotten too big for their britches and need to be knocked down a peg or two.
Yeah. Also, Dave Filoni wrote all of this by himself. Like, get a writer's room, you piece of shit.
But then you'd have to hire union guys.
No one was a fan of the Clone Wars or the Rebels series because of Dave Filoni by himself.
True.
In fact, the best seasons of the Clone Wars were when they brought in dudes from The Wire.
Like Michael K. Williams.
That's right. Anyway, yeah, I've seen many comments that were like, it's better if you know Rebels, but like, why I shouldn't have to watch.
Yeah, if you can watch Rebels, you just should do it to watch Darth Maul kick people's asses.
Right, exactly. But yeah, half the cast, I guess, is people from Rebels. Thrawn shows up, and he's looking like Elon Musk.
Ooh.
Like blue Elon Musk. I will say, though, that Thrawn is probably the best part of this, just by virtue of seeming like... spoilers ahead if you haven't watched Ahsoka yet. I'm just gonna skip ahead a couple minutes. Thrawn kind of just wins at the end of this.
As he's wont to do, usually.
It's just so funny because so much of the show is Ahsoka and her gang of weirdos trying to be like, we have to stop Thrawn. And they finally get to the part where they stop Thrawn, and Thrawn's just like, no.
I looked at a painting and it said no.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So,
I looked at Ahsoka. I looked at your DeviantArt page, and I understand your strategies now.
Thrawn, of course, played by Mads Mikkelsen's brother, Lars.
Sure, why not?
So, I mean, that's already a good reason for why he probably works so well. It's the guy who voiced him as well, I hear. But the whole story is that Ezra Bridger, some guy from Rebels, and Thrawn have been thrown across the galaxy.
Ezra's like the main guy of Rebels.
Oh, okay, he's the rebel.
He's the teen with attitude who joins the rebellion and becomes a Jedi.
Okay. Well, he gets thrown across the galaxy with Thrawn, and I guess that's the end of what happens to them at the end of Rebels.
Fuck if I know.
And so this show is like...
The only thing I've seen from Rebels is the clip of Darth Maul beheading that woman, and then Darth Maul having his final duel with Obi-Wan. Which is very oddly poignant.
Sounds cool. Cooler than what happens in this show. But then Ahsoka gets like word that like, oh, the remnants of the Empire are trying to bring Thrawn back. And so for the next 5 episodes, everyone's like, we have to stop Thrawn. And of course, there's some rando in the Republic who's like, Thrawn doesn't exist, or whatever the fuck.
Oh, so they're just plagiarizing Mass Effect.
Yeah, they're like, Thrawn's not real. Thrawn's long dead. We've never seen a body, but we know he's dead, just like the Emperor.
We disproved the rumors of your so-called Thrawn. There are no Blue Men groups in the recorded galaxy.
So they finally get to... Episode 6 is when they finally get to this faraway galaxy.
Yeah, why did they add another galaxy? Are they going to have, like, the Yu Zhang Vong show up?
Maybe, because the show ends with Ezra and Thrawn going back to the regular galaxy, and Ahsoka and her Padawan, who's also from Rebels, I think, Sabine, stuck there. So Thrawn just essentially pulls like a reverse Uno card on them.
Yeah.
And like it's supposed to be like a hopeful ending. Like Anakin's Force Ghost is watching Ahsoka and like nodding. Is he nodding because because the Empire is returning? Who knows?
All according to his plan.
But yeah, it's dumb. It's a dumb show. It's I would argue a waste of time.
Yeah, you should probably just read the Thrawn trilogy instead.
But yeah, it ends in a place where it's like, don't worry, more adventure is coming. Because of course. Tune out. It's no good. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, is that Rosario Dawson does not seem like she gives a shit at all about this. I don't know if that's like Ahsoka's character, but most of the time she folds her arms and huffs.
Well, she's very snarky in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot of snark coming from her. I guess maybe she's aged now, because it's been like 20 years or whatever.
I don't know. Fuck Star Wars.
Yeah, this shit sucks. Bring back Andor. Anyway, that's it for me, and I guess that's it for this segment. Which means that all that's left to talk about before we move on to our main event is the news. Strike's still going on.
Yeah. Apparently they received their last and best offer. Or gave
That's
out.
right. Movies and TV are over if they don't accept this offer.
2024, absolutely fucked.
Final movie, Killers of the Flower Moon.
What are they going to do if there's no movies in 2024? What are they going to put in theaters? They're not just going to put
there will be at least
Air
one
Jordan
movie.
back.
There will be at least one movie because the Hunger Games prequel has been given a pass from SAG-AFTRA because it meets the requirements. So we will at least get a Hunger Games movie that we've all been clamoring for. We're big fans here on the pod, of course. I can tell you everything about Hunger Games.
Shouldn't all those teens be dead by now?
Well, it's a prequel. I think it's supposed to be like the first Hunger Games.
Oh.
In good news, before we get to the absolute wild shit that the studios are pulling, Walt Disney's animation studios voted to unionize.
Well, that's great. That's part of the reason that CGI animation took over in the West, is because those guys weren't unionized.
True, and those guys should probably unionize now too.
Yeah.
Or did they already? I can't remember. No, it was the production people.
Well, the Marvel VFX guys said they're going to unionize. And now we got the Disney animators. Does this count as Pixar?
I think so. I think they count. I think it counts as Pixar because they're one company.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
But yes.
So watch Disney pivot even harder to live action movies now.
Yeah, now everything's going to be a live action movie.
Except they don't have any actors.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the last, best, and final offer. And
yeah. Guys,
I hate to listen, folks. I hate to say it to you, but it doesn't look like it's going to get accepted. It's important to note, by the way, that the last, best, final offered thing is what they said to WGA like a few weeks before they caved. So I don't know what strategy they have here.
They might be playing harder since they have to give more money to the actors than the writers in general, I think. So there's more at stake for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I will read this part that I read from an article about this, which is that one of the reasons that the deal fell through, this best final offer, is because there's still a clause in there that they want to be able to have AI scans of extras.
Oh no.
So it says here that the AMPTP is seeking to secure AI scans for, quote, Schedule F performers, which are guild members who earn more than the minimum for series regulars in feature films. The companies... So I guess these would just be most actors, actually, not extras. The company's suggested clause would require studios and streamers to pay to scan the likenesses of Schedule F performers. This is a wild gambit. It's like, hey, George Clooney, what if we could scan you? And we'll just put you in something. It's a fucking Black Mirror episode.
It finally happened. Our mom is a telephone.
It's finally Mom's a telephone. It's happened.
So no movies in 2024, unless the theater starts showing stuff from China, I guess.
Yeah. You know what?
Just
start playing old movies. Start playing old movies again. Let me go see The Last Temptation of Christ in theaters.
No, they're going to put on Air Jordan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all right. Let me go see Like Mike in theaters.
Did that Foreman movie ever come out?
No.
No?
Maybe? I don't know.
Interesting.
I think yes. I think it's a Netflix thing, I think.
We're not going to look or anything. We'll just guess that it came out.
Well, it was the like I think yeah. It's not just called Foreman, is it?
Who knows?
Movie about George Foreman.
When I saw the trailer, it was like for John Wick 4 or something, which was like 5 months ago. So anyway, congrats, yes. Martin Scorsese, for being the last filmmaker in the West.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we all knew it was going to happen, but... he's on TikTok, by the way.
I actually think William Friedkin's movie is still coming out.
Oh, yeah, his last film.
So, it's posthumous.
All right, last movie, William Friedkin. Sorry, Martin. We just heard that Billy Friedkin's movie's coming out, so you've been bumped to penultimate movie.
You shouldn't have slept on Sorcerer.
Yeah, this is what happens.
Yeah. Keith Sutherland's in this one.
Yeah, this is
the Cane Mutiny.
An adaptation of the Cane Mutiny. Yeah, I've heard it's good.
Yeah, I gotta imagine.
Yeah. Listen, they're not accepting this deal, and it's over, guys. It's over. It's so over. Well,
we're not coming back from this.
Next week's episode of the show is just going to be us holding a funeral.
Oh yeah, Lance Reddick is also in this movie.
Oh yeah, I think it was one of his last roles. Yeah.
Incredible. The West really has fallen.
True. But yeah, the strike continues, and we'll see how it goes. It's wild that this is now, by the way, the longest actor strike. So, congrats.
And congrats to China.
Yeah,
for
congrats
this big opening
China
on the global market.
What new movies they got over there?
The Battle of Lake Changjin Part 2. Sequel to the highest grossing. Part 1 was the highest grossing Chinese film of all time.
Okay.
I think I talked about this on the podcast.
So it's like the end game to Infinity War?
Yeah, but it's a Korean one.
It's it's the Chinese cinematic universe. All right. Well, I mean, I don't have anything else to really say about the strike other than that it's still going on and the studios suck. So I think it's time for us to talk about a little show.
A little show.
A little show about a man who's not appearing in it. And it will not even be mentioned because is he even born yet? I mean, he was born, but...
He would have probably still been in Belarus, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, that tracks. Anyway, The Continental, full title, The Continental from the World of John Wick.
Yeah, that's some Harry Potter ass shit. Right there.
It sounds like Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Tells the background story of how Winston Scott, in an alternate history, 1970s, comes to his position as the proprietor of the New York branch of the Continental, a chain of hotels that's safe haven for legal assassins on the grounds of which no business may ever take place.
Wait, what do you mean alternate history?
I mean, it's not the real world.
Is that it? Yeah. A work of fiction, one might say.
Yeah, I don't know why the blurb decides to call this an alternate history as if all television is not.
Yeah, I don't think that Richard Nixon or Henry Kissinger are going to show up in this.
I mean, it'd be great if Henry Kissinger showed up and just got annihilated.
He's unkillable, though.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty much John Wick.
Yeah. His body count, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty high. Anyway, did the Continental increase your kill count, or did it kill you?
Wow. Nice one, Swanson.
Oh,
Not like,
thanks.
Did the Continental leave you a reservation? Or are you departing?
Permanently.
I don't know. What are the things at a hotel? Minibars?
Did the Continental charge you for the minibar, or did you get off scot-free?
Did you shimmy the weight sensor?
Anyway, it's a show. John Wick is not here, but Winston Scott is. He's played by generic British man.
Who doesn't even really do the accent that well.
No, he doesn't really try, does he?
Yeah.
It must be hard trying to sound like Ian McShane, but...
And not Mel Gibson plays his brother, Frankie, who's at this party in the 70s.
Yeah, you can tell it's the past to start with because it's black and white. When because they show them getting apprehended by police or whatever. You can tell it's the past because it's black and white.
Uh-huh. And the brother's like, don't talk to them, they're going to tell you lies, I'm your big brother, I'm always looking out for you, and then we cut to the future and they're separated. And also it's the 70s.
You can tell it's the 70s because there's wild sex going on.
And also the hotel looks like complete shit.
Yeah, as well as the entire city of New York.
Yeah, that's my problem with this show. John Wick isn't really about the grime. He's usually in sexy locations killing people.
True. I guess they're trying to make the grime of 70s New York a thing.
Yeah, but that's just... Yeah, but still.
I mean, this isn't the Warriors or anything.
The thing is, it's way easier to do grime than to do the visually challenging, locales in 3 or 4. Yeah. Even when John Wick's in a cave, it's like a Roman catacomb. So that's kind of cool, but...
Yeah, he's in this party area. There's a lady on a horse. That's how you know it's a wild 70s party. Do you think they're fucking that horse?
I think the horse is on top. No, wait, the horse can't be on top. Sorry, that'd be fatal.
Yeah,
as we all know.
I mean, maybe they find out during this party. But Mel Gibson shows up. He's like, "Hey, Frankie, my son. Hey, it's me. Does this accent sound convincing?"
Frankie, who had just come up from the Forbidden Room.
Yes. Mel Gibson, by the way, now that I think I've pinpointed it, it's like he's doing 70s Al Pacino. But yeah, he's
Frankie's
not.
like, I gotta go.
Yeah, he's like, listen, we should talk sometime. He's like, yeah, what? Like, I gotta go. Bye. See ya. Got work to do.
And so he meets up with his.
He's doing a thief.
He meets up with his. Yeah, he meets up with his buddy Welshie. They go down to the New York subway.
Yeah.
And they get very lucky with the timetable here.
Yeah, I guess they had how long do you think they had to plan this out?
No. I mean, like, getting the train timing right.
That's what I mean. How do you you have to time, you have to practice at some point.
But you can't guarantee. So what they do is they put a little hook on the safe under the Continental. And then they make a hole down to the subway train below with a hook on the other end, and then they have the train hit the hook and pull the safe door off. And see, this goes off as soon. It's New Year's, so the fireworks cover it up.
Right.
But how did they... But you can't guarantee, not even with computers, that the train would come on time.
Also, is the subway running on that exact time on New Year's Day, on New Year's Eve? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, he...
you can tell that this is a good show because we're thinking about this.
Yes, instead of just being like, oh, cool, and moving on. So, I will say the action scene that is post heist is the best thing about the show.
Yeah, but I'm tired of the gun kata. I was tired of the gun kata after John Wick 2.
Yeah, and I mean it's not as compelling when it's not.
I'm there for Keanu Reeves punching people and kicking them.
Yeah, very true. Listen, I mean, you might be over the gun kata, but the world of John Wick, it's not over, okay?
Anyways, yeah, so he gets betrayed by Welshie, and he shoots Welshie, all gun kata style, and Welshie shoots at the ceiling, killing many partygoers.
True.
And we get the red alert.
Not the horse, though. Horse is safe.
And all of the Continental guys show up. And Frankie does a James Bond and shoots a fire extinguisher to escape in a cloud of smoke, and there's this cool stairway shootout.
Yeah.
That goes on for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's cool. Maybe it is a bit too long. But my favorite part is the end here when he jumps out the window and lands in a giant stack of cardboard boxes.
It's a dumpster.
Just have hanging out the back.
It's a dumpster, Swanson. It's where they store their garbage.
Is it a dumpster? I didn't even see the dumpster. I just saw a bunch of boxes.
Well, I guess the lighting is not that great in this.
Yeah, true. I think they're trying to go because they're trying to make it look grimy in 70s New York. But there's a filter on this stuff.
Yeah, I don't like the colors that much. It's kind of dull.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. I think my cat wants out. Anyway, so yeah, he lands in the dumpster. A random guy shows up and submachine guns it. The cardboard blocks all the bullets, of course.
Well, yeah, as cardboard is wont to do.
And then Frankie's girlfriend runs him over with a taxi. Which could have been set up better. You could have had the taxi in the background, and then the lights come on. Instead, she kind of drives up conveniently around the corner and just seemingly knows what time to show up.
Again, this is perfectly timed out. They've been planning this forever. No hitches.
Oh, yeah. Also, he stole a secret crate.
Yeah, it's we learn at the end it's a coin press.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's from the movies.
It makes the money. But yeah, he
crime coin.
This summer, crime coin. How much would you pay? That's a good tagline. Listen, guys. Movies might be over, but I have a new suggestion.
Well, Swanson is relocating to the Guangzhou province to share his ideas.
I feel like, Crown Court will be a big hit in China.
Yeah. Chairman
also,
if you're listening,
bring back taglines. I need more.
Yes.
We need better taglines in movies.
Nowadays, it feels like the titles are just taglines, but not very good ones. Like the movie
True.
Plane.
I mean, it tells you all you need to know about the movie. There's a plane. But yeah, they we cut to England, and who's there?
Winston's here. He runs a con. Do we need to get into it? He's got this guy, his wife, in on it.
Yeah, he's all about car parks or whatever.
And then he goes and fucks her like sensually, like primally.
Yeah, he's like, today I'm going to dick you sensually.
Like, there's a shot of her on the bed, like mid close up, and she's like, "Whoa!" and it gets pulled down out of the frame to show how powerful the fucking is. I think that's like the most inventive thing the show does. Honestly,
they suggest that Winston,
that one shot,
a powerful fucker.
That one shot.
I don't think that. I feel like I've seen that somewhere before.
I'm just saying by the standards of the show, it's the most inventive.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, when it comes to the world of John Wick, we've certainly never seen something like that. John Wick is celibate, as we all know.
Well, ever since his wife died.
Yeah, he's Volcel. So yeah, we follow Winston Scott for a while. He gets kidnapped, taken to.
There's a little fight scene here that's kind of funny because he's kind of doing all right, but he's also kind of getting his ass kicked, hobbling around.
And then some lady just comes in and knocks him out.
Yeah. And then we get this scene that pisses me off where he wakes up in front of the Continental and they drag him through the service and he's doing all these Whedonisms.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. Just show us the kitchen and whatnot.
Yeah, just show us the hotel. Give us a little rundown. Have him go up to Mel Gibson and be like, hey.
Don't have him just give his thoughts on everything.
Right. The only thing that was missing really was for him to be like, let me guess, you're taking me to that Irish motherfucker. And then he's like, he's right behind me, isn't he?
Why would he be behind him if he's waiting for him?
He just puts a hand on him and he's like, let's talk. Anyway, he's like, listen, your brother stole some stuff. Why don't you go find him or whatever?
And Winston's like, why?
And he's like, cuz. And he's like, good enough. So he goes on his whole...
This show does not do a good job of establishing why Winston should feel in danger.
True, like they should have him threaten him.
Yeah.
Like, not even, he doesn't have to threaten him. Like, he threatened him in like a cheerful way. Like that would make it seem like, oh, this guy's like messed up.
Like if I didn't find my brother, I'd go erotically asphyxiate myself in a hotel room. I'd leave myself to be found by the local police.
Yeah, and have him say something like it happens more often than you think. Like have him grab his belt, like grab his like the belt in his waistband.
Grab my belt.
And what happens next is sort of like a series of like meet a couple of these people. Hey, look at these folks. Yeah. Hey, look at these people. And we spend a lot of time with this cop lady.
It's like, why are we having the real world meet the John Wick world?
Yeah. This lady,
that
by
just
the way...
raises so many questions that the show is not going to... That shouldn't... Should not be
The show
asked.
shouldn't answer, yeah. We're not only following this New York cop, and you can tell she's a New York cop. She's talking like a New York cop. She's also New York's worst detective. She hears about the Continental and immediately is like, let me go do some detective work, which involves her walking in, ordering a drink, and then looking around at everything. And
realizing everyone has a gun.
Yeah.
And she's the only one using paper money.
And then she goes and asks for a room, and they're like, no. And she's like, all right, leaves. It's great work, you know.
And this is also after her partner told her not to go in there.
Right, her partner who she's sleeping with.
Yeah.
Because we also need that element, I guess.
He's her
Listen,
partner.
all three of these episodes are an hour and a half long, which begs the question, why?
What? I heard there's no action scenes in the second episode.
Oh, God. I mean, the middle of this, which drags significantly, is also devoid of action scenes. I guess there's like a slight action scene with these gun runners.
The karate gun dealers.
Yeah. But like, it happens so quickly as to be sort of just a shrug.
I guess it's also supposed to be like there's doing homage to like blaxploitation films, but it's kind of half-hearted.
Yeah. Give me some like stylistic flourish. You know what I mean? When we're with these people, just give me a little something. It also doesn't fit in with the world of John Wick, because so much of the world of John Wick is like samurai shit.
Oh, but black people doing karate, that's beyond your disbelief, huh?
Nah, I just mean like they haven't established it yet.
Oh.
And this show doesn't do a good job of establishing it. I guess the Bowery people sort of have they're not karate people, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
Go to sleep, Swanson.
Weird.
Go to sleep. Everyone's doing karate in those movies. They got Mr. Iron Chef hunting down John Wick.
Yeah, but no one's like... I don't know. I would have liked to have seen some like flourish with this. Give me something interesting at least. That's all I'm saying.
We should have seen a roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
Like they do the Walker Texas Ranger roundhouse kick them into a stack of cardboard boxes and then they double tap them.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't fucking know.
Anyway, these gun runners also are owners of a karate dojo that no one goes to.
Yeah.
And this is actually something you pointed out.
Yeah, when Winston's plotline collides with theirs.
Yeah.
We get the worst musical sting of all time.
Yeah, so this show has more musical stings than it does action sequences. I feel like every scene starts with, like it's a CW show, every scene starts with a musical cue. As if to let you know, hey, were you getting bored with that last one? Here's a new scene.
This one's just Yes's roundabout playing as Winston.
And it's not even a new scene.
Winston just drives up to the karate dojo after some stuff has happened in the karate dojo and walks in, and that's why the song is playing. And then it fades so he can have the conversation with the sister.
It's so bad.
It was like, hey, have you seen my brother? And she's like, no. He's like, okay. And then he hears some muffled gunshots in the basement and draws a gun on her.
Yeah, what were those gunshots for? It was just
they were just testing out their guns to make sure they worked. Yeah. It's called diligence, Swanson.
I mean, they have so many guns.
I know, that's why they gotta test them all.
They're like, busy day testing our guns down here. Anyway, he's like, wow, you guys have a whole lot of stuff going on here. He mentions his brother's name, and they're like, we're going to murder you. And he's like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't really know my brother. And they're like, we're still going to murder you. And he's like, really, honestly, I haven't talked to him in years.
Come on, I'm just a little guy here.
And they're like, all right, let me show you our secret gun room.
Well, they already showed him the secret gun room because he went in there pointing a gun at the sister.
No, I mean, they go into, like, the gun hall.
Oh, it's not that secret. I mean, compared to everything else.
Yeah, I guess once you're down there, it's not secret anymore.
And they're like, okay, he went into Bumfuck Town. That's the last place we heard of him. And Winston's like, Bumfuck Town? That's where we were as kids.
That's where we got bumfucked.
Oh.
Not literally.
Yeah, so they go to the movie theater from The Departed, except Jack Nicholson isn't there. Luckily.
Unfortunately. I would feel so sad if Jack Nicholson was in this, of all things. He decided to come out of retirement for this.
Come out of his apartment.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes to see his brother. His brother's wife attacks, and then his brother's like, "Whoa, hey, whoa, hey!" Saves him, and they have it all.
There's like a little trapped mannequin that looks like his brother, and when he walks up to it, he gets snared.
And I guess he thinks that like his brother's just standing perfectly still, looking at a screen.
An empty screen.
Yeah.
Because this is an abandoned movie theater.
Just sitting there. Anyway,
Franklin's like, please don't kill my brother. And his wife is like, you have a brother?
He's like, yeah, I haven't really mentioned it before, but don't worry. It'll come up again. So the three don't really have much of a chance to hang out because assassins come.
Yeah, but they went to the wrong building.
It seems like we're gonna get a real cool action sequence here as they're getting ready, but no, they just went to the wrong building. Like what?
I don't fucking care.
They went to the wrong building, and then when they do finally catch up with them, yeah.
We should briefly mention Charlie, since he's played by what's his name, isn't he?
Charlie. Who's Charlie again? Oh, Uncle Charlie.
Yeah, isn't he played by what's his name? It looks like him.
The bad guy from The Mask?
Ed something. Ed Sheehan? The guy from Westworld? I don't know. He looks like someone.
Oh no, it's not Ed Harris.
Oh, okay.
No, this is let's see. This guy's Peter Green. Oh, here you go. He's he's Zed, the security guard who rapes Marcellus Wallace in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they go back to Charlie's place because he raised them. But the assassins follow them there because one of Charlie's guys sold them out. So there's this very shitty car chase. They don't even shoot. Well, they basically shoot it like a trailer.
It's not even a trailer. It's the little trailer that plays before the trailer. Where they're like, get ready. It's a car chase. And then like it cuts to it and it's like...
Fade out. Fade in. Fade out.
It's the most ass way to fucking film a car chase I've ever seen. Like the Twisted Metal car chase that I was railing against during that show. Better than this. Because at least it's actually shot.
Yeah, nobody gets hit by a car in this. There's no car foo, which is also something you go to see John Wick for.
True. Yeah. Instead, we just like they're driving and then like a blackout, and then like the car's overturned, blackout.
So they got to flee to the hotel. What's her name is wounded.
Yeah.
And they fist fight some guys.
Yeah, we get to then they get to the actual action, but at this point, I'm already done.
After 75 minutes.
I was mostly checked out in the middle part because it was so meandering. But the moment you decided to just not even attempt a car chase,
yeah,
I was just done.
And then we get a Phantom Menace style split action scene.
Yeah, and it's not. The one with with her fighting the guy and there's a baby in the room is fun, okay. But also why is this happening?
I just feel bad for the baby.
Yeah, what? I don't know. It's weird. That lady's gonna be real confused when she wakes up. Anyway, yeah, they have this whole thing. They're gonna get in a helicopter, and then
Anton Chigurh shoots it.
Yeah, so Mel Gibson's we need some assassins to follow Winston around because I don't trust him. And so they're how about we hire Hansel and Gretel?
No. They're how about we hire... He's how about I hire the weirdos? And he's
yeah.
No, they're too weird.
Yeah, he's settle for two of the... Give me two weirdos. I only want two. And so they hire Anton Chigurh and his sister.
Europeans to hunt him down.
Yeah.
And Frankie sacrifices himself so the helicopter can get away. He jumps out with the case and gets shot in the head. And that's the end of the episode.
Listen, you two need to take care of each other, okay? And he gets murdered.
That's the episode.
Well, there's a final line that I think is very very relatable for the average American, where he walks into the gun dojo and says, "I need guns, lots of guns."
Oh yeah,
we can all relate to that, I think.
Which is kind of lame, because John Wick already does it himself in John Wick 2 as a reference to the Matrix.
Yes. But also, you need guns. Why do you need so many guns? How many do you actually need? You only got two hands.
Yeah, what are you going to do with those guns, Winston? You're not that good.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the end. Final thoughts? Yeah, that's about right.
Fucking hate television, Swanson.
Hey, there's good stuff.
Movie? Why can't they just make a fucking movie?
Yeah,
guys in the 70s doing gun kata.
This would have been you know what? This would have been a great movie. You know, you probably could have taken out whatever that second episode supposedly is.
You gotta take out most of this first episode.
Take out most of this first episode. You got yourself a good 90 to 2 hour movie.
Yeah, you could have had an actual car chase.
Right. But instead, this is a TV show because, why not? Listen, Peacock needed something to be on the air.
If someone smart is listening to this, can they send us an email explaining the financial incentives to make a TV show about an action movie?
Yeah, I'm assuming there has to be some. I think most of it boils down to we need a reason for people to stay subscribed.
Probably. Yeah, go watch Takashi's Castle instead.
Go watch any of the John Wick movies. Even two.
Go watch Extraction.
Yeah, sure. Go watch Extraction 2.
It's fun. You'll enjoy yourself.
But it's a tune out for the Continental. It's the biggest pile of dog shit.
I'm gonna touch that dial.
Anyway, bad.
Mm-mm.
And listen, that'll about do it for this week's episode of the show. If you like listening to this, and you're like, if you were listening to this and you were like, wow, that show was real bad. I wish I could make them watch a show that I like, and maybe they would like it too. Well,
like Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Perhaps. You could do that. All you have to do is go over to buymeacoffee.com/TVtuners. a single coffee will give you a single episode based off of anything you want.
Unless it's like War and Peace.
Yeah, I don't know if
we're not gonna watch a 12-hour movie for one episode.
Yeah, or like...
You'll need like 4 copies for that bad boy.
Yeah. Yeah, there are limits to our abilities here. But that's buymeacoffee.com.
I don't think we'll watch Freddy Got Fingered either.
That'll
definitely be a trial.
Buy us 2 coffees and we'll talk. That's it for this week's episode of the show. We'll be back next week with more TV goodness. Until then, keep watching. Bye. It's over.
E-103 Delta rescue completed.